Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a good day and continue to have a great day. I got this sent into by Nona Manidis in his T92 Tier 8 American Light Premium Tank. Pretty cool little tank, actually. I like this tank quite a bit. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the most fantastic light tank, but it actually does a pretty dang good job of light tanking. He's got Cola. I want to say he had Binox. No, he had optics on it and a CVS. Pretty standard light tank stuff, right? Optics, CVS. At Tier 8, you can run the CVS, so that's a fantastic advantage for Tier 8 scouts. And he put in there, he said, is this light or is this scouting? And I got to thinking about that. I'm like, that's a great question because you don't always get to be the bushwanking scout. You know what I mean? You can't on every map get in a bush and crank out 8,000 assist damage because you're the ghost hanging out and you see everybody. This map is a decent scouting map, but not amazing. And sometimes there's a couple spots that are really great, especially for the very small tanks. But it looks like Nona's going to come up here, and he's going to make a scouting run in the heavy area. The nice thing about something like this is it's going to let people know what's coming. Now, I've never seen this before. That was actually very aggressive. Looks like he gets away with it just. So probably, I think you went a little too deep, my friend. But what does that do for his team? Well, it lets him know that there's 4 heavies coming this way, or at least the Lurva was there. The Char's a medium, isn't it? But it gives his team a good idea of what is pushing in. So I guess the answer to the question is yes, to some extent. Gets himself 352 assists, so yes, to some extent, that's scouting. Now, be careful, guys, with light tanks and just raging out where the heavies are just to light them and losing a bunch of hit points. I mean, we almost did right there, lose some hit points. So that's not necessarily something you want to do. If you do it carefully, though, you've given your heavies a good idea of what's coming over there. So it looks like we're going to flex back to the middle. See what we can do perhaps over here. We have a Kunze and an RHM. And like I said at the beginning of this, sometimes you're not able to just jump into the bush. And if you're a more active kind of guy, like we're doing right here with Nona, and you can actually do some good work with a scout, giving your team a little bit of an advantage here and there. I think you might have a shot on this guy. There you go. Nice. Well, you got to love that. You got to love that. Now, it looks like you did not get the assist on the track. So he may have fixed it right before he died, trying to get the wheeled tank. That's always a big pain in the rear. And we're going to move up to this bush. This is a pretty useful bush to see what's going on. Get that CVS cooking and maybe catch a guy or two up in the bushes on their little sniper hill there, but it didn't work. And so because you can't always just jump into a bush and sit there, not every map is set up for that. Not every match is set up like that. Not every map is set up like that. Did I say map twice? I think I did. And you basically just have to find a way to make your light tank useful. So we've moved around, and it looks like you've got a big problem over on the west side. So let's see if Nona actually sorts that out. He's doing some good work on this 6x6. He's just getting pummeled, and he goes around the corner there. The heavies are doing all right, but he's got a big problem over on the west side, and this is one of those things with a light tank. Because of your mobility and your spotting, you're able to give your team some vision. But let's see if he actually makes any kind of move here. He's going to punish the low and assassinate him. That is absolutely a light tank thing right there that you have to love with light tanks. So a very low hit point Lurva. He had a shot. He takes him out, assassinates him with a nice side shot, and opens up the flank over there for his team to do their thing. We're kind of hanging out in this bush. We have a shot on this Scorpion, maybe. No. And now we're starting to get pushed. Got the LPC up there. The RHM has still not been spotted. LPC is spotted again. The 6x6 is probably going to make a run here pretty soon and get us spotted. Down goes the 703 from the Kunze. So the RHM and the Kunze are doing a pretty good job of keeping them back over there. I would say, Nona, I would have moved off of this spot earlier. I liked what you were doing there for a while, but I think I might have made a bit of a move earlier. And I think probably your best move would have been to get up underneath over here and give your guys on the east side some shots across the across the map. They're starting to filter that way. And we track down the wheel tank. That's a great kill right there. Come up here, absolutely. Pop over the top. Now look at his total, 684 and 643. And while I would say he probably needed to get mobile a little bit earlier, those numbers aren't amazing, but he's absolutely being a part of this win right here. Gets hit by the Leopard, unfortunately, so he's got to back off there. He doesn't want to get nuked by one of the big guns. Then he gets hit by the Rev. Ouch. But he's absolutely providing a bunch of vision. Knocked a Lurva out. Got rid of a scout, or at least was instrumental in getting rid of one of the scouts. And now we're moving around trying to find guys. We get this dude lit. He's down here. Not sure if he was shooting at you or them, but we find him. So everybody now knows where the LPC is. Got a Leopard and a heavy tank over here. Or not a heavy tank, but a TD over here. Map control. This was a subject of one of my recent videos. His team absolutely has map control. It's a fairly good defensive position that the enemy's in, but you can see that they're into 1/3, 1/5 of the map. That's all that's left, and now all the crossfires are going to start happening. It's going to be very difficult to handle all of that. Nona's team has a bunch of extra hit points. Assassinates another tank, so that's a tier 9 tank, an important tank. We're able to take him down, so he prioritizes the low hit point guy. The low alpha doesn't matter when they don't have any hit points. You just take them out. So we're at 1,123, and we've got 3 kills. Did we hang out in the bush? Did we get thousands and thousands of assists? Not really. Are we an integral, important part? Using our vision and our mobility? Absolutely, man. So let me know what you guys think down there. Is that scouting? You know, does scouting just have to be assist, or can it be reaction across the map? Getting to places that are important, helping kill important tanks. I think that's every bit as important as just plain old, I got in a bush and I scouted, or I got 3,000 spotting damage. Fairly pedestrian, 643, 1,399 damage. About 2,000 combined and 3 kills. But was able to provide some vision and some capability. The only argument I would have is maybe just a little bit too passive in that middle part where we were hanging out in that bush, but we were trying to track down that wheeled tank. The last thing we really want to do is get in a circling fight with a wheeled tank, because he might maul us before we can get rid of him. So there is that argument right there. So his carefulness did get him to the end of the game and become a significant part of the victory, man. So yeah, I would say the answer to that question is that is scouting. You took your light tank, your scout tank, and based on the map, the matchup, and the way the match went, was able to provide the things that a light tank provides to the team. So well done right there. I say that was scouting. What say you guys? That's all I've got. See ya.